Hello, my name is Emily C.A. Snyder and I am the playwright and director of Cupid and Psyche, a new play in blank verse. I first got involved with the project of Cupid and Psyche when a friend of mine from Emerson College wanted an opportunity to direct, and I was interested in writing something for her. We both realized that we loved the myth of Cupid and Psyche, and my immediate response was, all right, well, this has to be an opera. Because it's about gods, it's about huge themes, it's operatic. And her response was there was no way on God's green earth that she was going to direct an opera. And so I said, all right, well then it has to be an iambic pentameter.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I!
It was very interesting to write an iambic pentameter. Obviously, I had studied as an actor and as a director, as a dramaturg. I'd been fortunate enough to study in England already with members of the RSC. John Barton's method, particularly about scansion and line endings and all the technicalities.
Ulysses speech TNC 3.3. That's on page 66 in your Cambridge editions if you'd like to follow at home.
And the beautiful thing, of course, about verse, and it's the reason why everyone keeps going back to verse, is that if you're feeling love, you say,
But soft. What light through yonder window breaks?
If you please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease.
I know not what I am, but I am thine.
I found it incredibly liberating and exciting to work with brand new verse.
Come, weary monster, I'll be thy death, and thou wilt give me life.
There are so many plays in verse that we're really familiar with, all of Shakespeare's canon, that while they're obviously incredible plays, we've also seen a number of times. People in the audience have seen it before and they're familiar with it. Maybe they've even played many of the parts before.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come. Let me
closely. So it comes with all this baggage, and people aren't necessarily always hearing the play and aren't experiencing the play as it happens in front of them.
To be working on a new play, as mentioned, there is no bar. We are setting the bar.
It's amazing. I mean, the romance of the language is incredible. I'm working on 2 new verse plays right now. It's really exciting because in both cases they are established stories, but with an entirely new take. So you still get that feeling like you're working on something with a rich history and that you're a part of something that's huge, but without all the pressure that Shakespeare or Aeschylus gives you, where a million people have done it right already.
And we just get to play like it is a little bit like Moliere and Shakespeare and all of those fun things that just flow off your tongue.
But doing something, exploring something that nobody else has explored before is such an honor and a gift.
And the verse itself, we as audience members are familiar and comfortable with people rising to the height, to filling the text. And it's exciting to be a part of a process where people are doing that with words that have never been given breath before.
The reason why I do theater, the absolutely fundamental reason why I do theater, is because it changes lives. I remember during Romeo and Juliet, my sound designer, I was in the booth and my sound designer sort of nudged me and said, hey, look into the audience right now. I was like, well, I wanted to watch a balcony scene. I wanted to see how they were doing. And she said, no, look in the audience. And during the whole night, during that whole scene especially, couples that have been sort of sitting like this beforehand were just kind of leaning into each other. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about theater, is it affects reconciliation.
You have to see it. Basically, it's I've been acting for 10 years, and this for me is one of the most exciting projects I've ever been part of. Everyone should come to see Cupid and Psyche. I didn't mean to make that sound like a threat.
People are allowed to really experience something for the first time, something that's beautifully done and rich and strong and original.
It's such a brilliant cast, and it's such an exciting project to see such beautiful words being spoken by such incredible actors.
You like fight scenes, you like to fall in love, you like to get mad, you like to be distraught and anger and pain and everything. It's all in it. If you enjoy theater, come see the show.
Valentine's weekend is perfect. It's the perfect way to spend it.